Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? My name is Jane, and this is Overseas Nursing Band. How have you been? It's been a minute, I guess. So, this is Overseas Nursing Band, and you know what we do here, helping you to get settled with your Huskies, with information, everything about UK lifestyle as a nurse or relocating to, or anyone really relocating to the UK, but mostly for the nurses that are trained overseas. Before we continue, today I'm going to talk about an interesting, okay, I don't know, it might be interesting or it might not be, but I think it's questions I get asked, and it's difficult to always say everything, explain one on one. So I'm doing a video now for you to know what to do. All right, so before we go into this, what is going to happen is I'm going to ask you how you are. Mental well-being is very important. So how are you? Okay, you're doing well? Right, good to know. Just take care of yourself. Okay, so I've written down what I'm going to do today. The questions every time is, oh, how do I relocate here? Not just through the nursing process, but through the healthcare job pathway. I just want to tell you, and then there's the question of, is it worth it? Is it worth it relocating here to the UK? I did a video last time. Maybe I'll put the link in this video of about relocating to the UK. If it is the best place for nurses, go and watch that video. But today I'm going to talk about the advantages of relocating to the UK through the healthcare pathway. Is it advantageous through the healthcare pathway, especially because people have asked and asked and asked and asked. So I'm just going to jump right into this video now, hoping it will be short. One, relocating through the healthcare pathway is the only pathway to relocate to the UK where you only need a secondary school certificate, to be honest. Having said that, okay, so you can relocate just with having a secondary school certificate. That's what you need. Having said that, it's very competitive route because people with degrees and masters are also going through that route, and you want to know why. I'm going to tell you why. Number one, it is one of the cheapest way coming as a nurse or even a healthcare practitioner, healthcare assistant visa or carers visa or whatever you choose to call it. It is quite the cheapest route to come to the UK. The visa fee is minimal, and that puts me into the next route, next advantage. You get your IHS, so it's the healthcare surcharge. You're not paying, it is waived. That's a huge amount of money waived for you, especially if you're coming with your family. That's about £2,000 or £3,000 waived for you. It's a very cheap way to come to the UK. Another thing I'm going to say is this applies both for as a nurse and as the healthcare visa. This puts you on a speed way to get your citizenship. So if you're coming, you're giving maybe a 5 years, depending on the contract you have, you're giving a 5 years, 2.5, 5 years contract. After that 5 years, you can apply for your indefinite leave to remember and then apply for your British citizenship. So I believe it's worth it, knowing where we're coming from. It is really worth it to go through that route. I mean, you have your degree. If you have other means with a degree of coming legally, then why, by all means. But if this is the only choice that you have, then you're on a sure path to becoming a UK citizen. Yeah. And another thing I would say is that it means your spouse can and your children can relocate with you, and your spouse is able to do whichever work they want to do. Your husband or your wife, if they're working in IT, if they're working in accounting, if they're lawyers, if they're whatever thing they are, they can practice in their own field. They don't have to do what you're doing, and on full visa as well, full work permit, not restricted in the hours they can work. They can work as many hours possible for them to work. okay? And your children can come as well. So these are the major things that I think that is advantageous with the healthcare pathway, and it applies for nurses as well coming to the UK as a registered nurse. It's also a quick way, because at the end of the day, UK might be the lowest paying when it comes to nurses, but is the easiest and the quickest to get your citizenship as well. It is very quick and easy, and just know that it's not going to be easy. Yeah, I need to put a disclaimer here. It's not a pot of beans. It's something you have to work hard, be a hard worker, and then you make it. And let me tell you something. There's something people always say, oh, the amount of tax you pay, you earn money and all the money goes on tax. So what? You're paying tax, but you know that when you go to hospital, you don't need to place thousands and thousands of money before you get medical treatment. You know that when you call the police are coming, and no police is stopping you to ask you for inner lights in the afternoon by 2 p.m. And you know that when something happens, excuse me, you call an ambulance. You don't need to know anybody for an ambulance to come. And then you know that you have an equal playing field if you're hardworking and talented and smart. It is an open playing field for you. You don't need to know anybody in any company to apply and get a job. You just need to have the required skills in that area. So it pales in comparison to the amount of tax you pay. And mind you, people have been living in this country. How many people do you know that want to relocate back to Nigeria or wherever they're coming from? Yeah, that's your answer. How many percentage of them comes in the next 1-2 years and they say, and they go back home, no, I can't stay, because the advantages outweighs the disadvantages. Only disadvantage is you have to work hard. And the thing is, your working hard pays off. So why not? If you work hard, why not? If you're working hard and then it pays off. So another disclaimer, if you're a lazy person, the abroad is not for you. Just stay where you are, because here your bills comes in every month. Whether you like it or not, your electricity has to be paid. Whether you like it or not, your whatever thing, your rent has to be paid. There's no abeg landlord. No, there's no abeg. There's no please, just for it has to be paid. Your bills go out every month. They go out. But it's a working system. I don't know how else to emphasize that. So I think that is one of the reasons. So these are some of the advantages of coming to the UK through the healthcare pathway, through being a registered nurse. So what do you think? Do you think there are disadvantages, or do you think disadvantages are enough to encourage you to relocate? Let me know in the comment section. And thank you for watching.